So
right,
as
Steve?
we're waiting, guys, as I was saying, if you want to support Festive 3, throw on your green name, support them, call them out, shout out in chat your support for them, cheer them on as they play. They want to hear you cheering and supporting them. If you want to support Team Death Squad, throw on your yellow name and call them out and cheer them and support them. And maybe we can even have some like, like what do they call them? Like in soccer matches. No.
I'm lost.
Like
Steve.
when one person. No, because like the people, the fans, and they're so intense about it. They cheer on and they support and everything.
Right.
And have like we could have like a little friendly war in here. Wait, 21. Pause to 20.
All right, we got it. Oh, I have a fire sound. That's horrible, but it will. Okay, you know what, Steve? You want to do the honors for this one?
Oh, why not? So here we are, guys. We are in Bracket Q, Game 2 of this Best of 3 series of the AirMech Full Force 3v3 tournament, sponsored by Carbon Games, organized by RUI, and presented by Grizzly Wing. Our opponents for this match is Festive Present 3, up in the upper left corner in the green, consisting of Boomhower in his Gothic Paladin, Valinor in his Steampunk Osprey, and WayWay in his Apache Helix. Their opponents for this match, the Death Squad. Happy Death playing in the Standard Striker. ULA in the... I think that's...
Police.
No, that is the APB or the...
No, that is the police.
No.
That is the police.
The police.
Yes.
Yes, that is the police one. The Police Striker. And Lethalpoison in the, Steampunk Paladin. So interestingly to see, we haven't seen too much Paladin action at all, and now we have a Paladin out on each side of the match. So it's Paladin, Osprey, and Helix versus Striker, Paladin. Interesting to see which gameplay style is going to come out on top. The only other thing I noticed is Lethalpoison, he does have Samson, and because of that, they already start out with the 4-unit upkeep advantage over Festive Present 3. Is that going to be enough to counter all these Makos? Very interesting to see in a
I didn't notice
match.
that they went
is a
with
double
Mako. Interesting.
Minus 10% airspeed, plus 15% damage resistance. Very interesting. I'm curious to see what their game plan is. Obviously, they're going for some sort of approach that's going to be very high energy usage, and they're going to need to be able to suck up a lot of damage. Interesting to see. So should we actually see what they're going to do?
Yes, let's get this opening started in 3, 2, 1, and go. So, Valinor and Boomhower are both in carry mechs, and they both have decided to go with Mako. WayWay technically is also in a carry mech as that Helix, but he has gone with Frank. I mean, I guess he's going with the anti-mech purposes. He's probably not planning on landing too much, and if he does, probably not moving around too much. And it does look like both teams are started. Festive Present 3 already started on the mid fight, has a couple tanks here at the center area, and a little bit of scouting going down by ULA. Festive Present not really wasting too much time scouting. Duel isn't really that dangerous to just go for mid. And it does look like patrolling jammer already down for the Carbon team. Death Squad approaching from the bottom, Festive Present approaching from the top. Oh, but Death Squad splitting their forces. They were able to kill that initial goalie on that upper right side. And the Necro is going down. Boomhower is there, and ULA is going to be there to body block. And 2 Necros down for the Carbon team. Will they be able to get this? Will they be able to Necro that goalie? This is kind of the strategy that WayWay and Boomhower went with last time.
They got it.
And they got it. Oh, man.
Right off the bat, they actually got it alive, but they need to grab it, heal it up. I mean, when you necro something that does not come back in full health, they need to heal it up really quickly and bring that right to the front line. Right now, that's being wasted. That is a huge opportunity and is not being used right now.
Man, that is pretty crazy. Well, I mean, they have it though, so it's even though they're not being in use, they got it, and they might go for the next set of goalies as well. But Festive Present securing mid incredibly quickly, and Duel a very mid-centric map. So let's see how Death Squad decides to deal with this. It does look like I mean they're just gonna build up their army, mass it up at mid like crazy. So so Death Squad really can't do too much approaching. Lethalpoison really low in health and does get finished off by WayWay on the retreat there. and bombing going down by Valinor. It does look like, oh, ULA really low health and does get finished off as well by WayWay, and WayWay getting that double kill. And it does, oh man, 51 to 53. Technically, the technically Death Squad is ahead in terms of the unit count, but now that it's okay, now it's gone down to 51 to 50. And Festive Present 3 gonna be able to extend their lead, I would assume. However, not stopping the pressure here. Death Squad moving a roller out. They might want to start using that goalie at this point. And well, oh, it does look like Boomhower working on a tank here, and Lethalpoison not able to grab it. Okay, it does get finished off. Boomhower able to snipe a tank. Man, there's just way too much happening going on right now, Steve.
There is right now, man, and I was surprised that you even were able to keep going, man. I was like, God, he's going to pass out soon from not being able to reach this something. But, yeah, I mean, they had the Goliath, they had an initial early opportunity to try to put a lot of pressure onto this mid outpost and take it back. Unfortunately, I feel they didn't maximize the potential of that Goliath right from the beginning, and they gave Festive Present the exact opportunity to secure that mid in the way that I was saying, like right off the bat with Duel. And that's why I'm saying that I feel that Duel really plays to Festive Present 3's gameplay and teamwork style. It's a small map, there's not a lot of paths to it, it's very mid-focused as you said. And Festive Present 3 is known for very much sticking together, all three of them together almost all the time. I almost don't even see already how the Death Squad can take this mid outpost back from them without some really amazing rabbit out of their hat. I mean, Festive Present 3 is dug in so deep right here that it's going to take an amazing gameplay move on the Death Squad to really to possibly turn this at least neutral or even secure it fully.
They do have quite a lot of artillery up, though. So, I mean, at this point, they can't really take it back too quickly and aggressively, but they do have quite a lot of Archies up. And they're doing quite a lot of work on Festive Present 3's mid-unit cluster. I mean, there's a lot. There's like 6 or 7, maybe even 8 or something like that up on the field. Let's see who has it. ULA does have 7, so it's 7 and 1 coming out. And, well, the Sonias are doing their job, but with the amount of artillery firing in, they are still hitting something. We already do have, Team Festive Present at level 6 at Bertha level, so they do have Berthas coming out, but I would assume also who has the Berthas on the Death Squad side, it is Lethalpoison. He already does have 1 out, and 1 is coming out as well. So, yeah, as the Paladin, great to do the micro as well. The Carbon team does not have an Osprey though. That's kind of what Valinor is for, to do the mid-fight artillery micro. The middle outpost went down very, very briefly because of that artillery fire, but it's very, very easy, especially because they still have the units to support, to just let creeps wander back in and take it back under the control. 430, and oh man, Boomhower getting the box, and I think Valinor getting the box as well. Okay, so I think that Festive Present 3 got both boxes. I don't know exactly. I think I did, though. Were you able to catch that, Steve?
No, actually, because I was busy watching right over here, and it turns out that the Death Squad has a single Longhorn that's kind of out on the ledge right there, and because of that, all the major artillery has just been dying left and right, and unfortunately, Festive Present 3 wasn't realizing it, and they just lost, like, a Bertha cannon and other artillery tanks and everything just because of the position of a single tank. It really has actually turned a whole lot around, and it's turned from what looked like should have been clearly an outpost under Festive Present's control, uncontested, into now really dangerous territory for them that they might actually lose, and that just makes it even all the more exciting and all the more amazing to watch.
And there is a lot of artillery firing in for Death Squad, and Festive Present 3 is losing lots of units left and right. It does look like Death Squad is now pushing in with a bunch of Boxers, and will they be able to take this outpost under control? Does it really even matter? They're just going to cause quite a lot of trouble for Festive Present 3, and they will probably just start to leapfrog. It's 57 to 94. Death Squad has out unit upkeeped. That's probably not a verb, but they have more outkeep than the Festive Present team at this point, not owning mid, but they finally get this middle power station under control, and Festive Present 3 is now getting pushed way back, and I would assume that the artillery line should move up. They won't be able to hold this outpost, but it's, they have stomped their presence right here in the mid, and it does look like Festive Present is going to be forced to pull back. I don't really think they can actually maintain their unit line here. And moving even more tanks over here by Death Squad. Does look like Lethalpoison doing a quick scout at the top. Oh, and does see that there's not much there. He will probably do a Y switch to T or maybe to the fort, depending on if Festive Present actually scout this. It looks like all three of them are incredibly busy fighting at this mid fight, so none of them see this. Well, okay, now we do have WayWay moving out, and Lethalpoison does start to shift his fight to, or just starts to drop. But now we do, okay, man, there's just moving left and right like crazy. happydeath finishing off a lot of socket units, and at this point, Death Squad has a more than a 2-to-1 unit upkeep advantage against Festive Present 3, and it doesn't really look like Festive Present 3 is going to be able to actually get back in this game at this point. I mean, Death Squad was able to because it was very, very even in the unit count, but now Death Squad looks like they are moving out with a lot of tanks now, lots of goalies as well, not stopping the pressure. God, not doing anything slow at all. And it looks like they will be able to actually overwhelm Festive Present 3 here at the forward and slowly gain more map control. And yeah, they will easily be able to grab this forward outpost under control. I mean, there's plenty of tanks. It'll definitely go, okay, it does go down to neutral, and that's pretty much all they need at this point. They're going to cut off Festive Present from bringing down any reinforcements, and they're going to pretty much overwhelm them here at this left outpost. And at this point, they just need to continue moving their units one step to the next. And yeah, I mean, I don't really see any way back from this. Steve, are you still there?
Yeah, man, as I said, my headset was, the Bluetooth headset batteries were just about to die, and
okay,
it died right on me.
Okay,
sorry,
so
man, it took me a few seconds to switch over, but man, I've missed so much. I've seen that not only have they actually been able to completely flip around that middle outpost, but they've also taken over that factory at the same time.
Yep.
And, I mean, what, Festive Present has almost nothing left out on the field, and this has been a huge surprise for me, because like I said, normally based on everything that I've always seen from Festive Present, has always been that the Duel has been a very strong map for them, but Team Death Squad showing us exactly why they are part of the Final Four right here, and just bringing the pain, and that is just what we all want to see.
Yeah, it was very, very impressive. I mean, Festive Present kind of just got mid and didn't really do that much with it. I'm kind of used to seeing them, you know, taking mid and being even more aggressive, but they kind of just sat there, made it, you know, concentrated on defense, holding the mid, and Death Squad was like, okay, are you just going to sit there? If you are, I'm just going to drop as much artillery as possible. They got to Berthas. I mean, Festive Present also got to Berthas, but Death Squad was overwhelming with the Berthas, and now their Gothic goalies are moving up, killing this unit cluster over here, and you know, it's just going to be kind of like a normal AirMech game at this point. When you got the advantage, just don't lose it. Continue keeping up the pressure, thin out the opponent's unit lines, and eventually take map control.
And we've got grinder on roller action right there. That is just so much fun to watch.
Hey, Steve, keep it clean. Keep it clean, Steve. But lots of Gothic goalies here, and it does look like there's going to be way enough. Valinor already calling the GG. They might have actually already decided to concede, and they have just told them to push, and saves them 20 minutes. I don't know if it would have taken 20 minutes. I probably would have put my money on something like 6 minutes or something like that. But yes, now they are just moving up. But yeah, I mean, at
the amount of tanks that there are here and absolutely nothing in defense on the main base. Valinor, it's an honorable defeat. He realizes that there's just no way for them to come around. Why waste time? You know, just end it, get it over with, move on to the next match, because this is a best-of-3 round. So, you know, pretty much, too, that's also great for team morale. It's like, okay, you know what, we lost this one, let's just concede it, move on.
Let's not tire ourselves out, you know, trying to fight back. Let's regroup and try to get the next game. So the score is now 1-1. Festive Present 3 going down to Team Death Squad. Congratulations to Team Death Squad for taking the second game. Shut up, Steve. In the second game in Bracket Q of the semifinals. So stay tuned, guys, for the last game. That would be Game 3 of Bracket Q.